Hello everybody and welcome back. Today, it's your boy, the failed author, once again, talking about the most busted, broken gun in Call of Duty history. I don't think, at least in any of the CODs that I played, there was a more broken gun than the MP40 in World at War. And today we've got some MP40 gameplay. Some nice gameplay as well. I got, I think 3 or so dogs in this. I don't think any of the dogs go hard, though. Don't you hate when that happens? You're all hyped to get the dogs, and they get like 0 kills, or 1 or 2, and you're like, come on, man. I just grinded out for this. Again, I apologize. Some workers on the top of my roof, fixing my roof and putting in solar. So if you hear some clanging, some banging, it is not that MP40 suppressed, which, I don't know, that might have been my favorite configuration. I did like the dual mag as well, of course, because it just is so powerful. Anything with steady aim on this gun, it didn't matter which sight. The aperture sight's really the only sight that I liked, but I knew it just wasn't necessary, right? This gun had some awkward recoil, but you'd get that like MP40 spray that virtually had no recoil, and when you get that one, it's just so strong. I've heard some people try and argue that the UMP45 from Modern Warfare 2 was just as broken or just as strong, and I'm telling you right now, it's just not true. It's just not the same. This is a different beast in its own. It is so good. The way that this would dominate games, I would tell you, in World at War's Prime, you would join a search and destroy, especially like hardcore. It would be this gun, and that's it. You would have this and snipers, no other weapons. If you're using another weapon, you're a mad lad, or you weren't playing competitively. Though, admittedly, I liked going into hardcore search with the M1 Garand with the scope on it. That was a good time as well. But still, no gun dominated quite like this. I actually picked up that dual mag there. For some reason, I opted not to use it. I've always been a suppressed man. You know, I don't really, unless it's Modern Warfare 2, I do run cold-blooded a lot. I don't like to run those kinds of perks that hide you. So I'd rather opt for a suppressor. Using something like stopping power in this game is almost a must, especially in 2023, I feel. Like, with playing on the Xbox One with that weird, like, latency issue, it's almost like you have to run it. It's kind of unfortunate. I mean, I did just pick up an Xbox 360 for $10. So I was at my local GameStop, your fun GameStop stories, and there was, I guess the dogs actually did eye here. I apologize, but I was at the local GameStop, and my local GameStop, of course, there's not the local, but a father and his daughter was in there, and they were selling their game collection, and the worker there would let them know, and I didn't know this at the time, but they no longer take that generation of console. They don't take Xbox 360s or PS1 or PS3s. And the dad looked at his daughter and was like, well, he looked at the employee and was like, do you want it? The daughter said, that's fine. And I was in there looking at Pokemon cards, as an adult does. And I was like, hey, man, I'll give you $10 for it. And I sniped it because that GameStop employee was totally like, oh, yeah, absolutely, I'll go ahead and take it. And I was like, nah, you ain't getting it today, Fry, man. Like, how noob tubes are even a problem in World at War. Undefeated, those noob tubes, man. And the ones in this game were pretty strong. And they had that really cool give animation depending on where it hit you, which always so satisfying and cool. But the MP40, lots of memories with this gun. It's almost like one of those things where if you can't beat them, you join them. And you definitely had to join more than you'd like because of just how good this gun was. And I personally don't like using it too much, honestly. I just don't think it's like that fun. Or, you know, something about, you know, where the gun was developed too. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel right, you know. Give me the Thompson. I can run with the Thompson. I can feel good using the Thompson. And, you know, give me the Thompson. Long story short, Thompson. You feel me? And I like this gun in the sense that, like, it was broken, so it was kind of fun to use, but you're not going to catch me using it too often. Even now, I've played this game. I don't play it as much, okay, I will say this. I don't know if I've showed any other parts where it would say, like, player counts, but we went from, like, early this year, having maybe, like a good day, maybe 300 plus players. You're logging on to World at War as of August now, and it's like sometimes 1,500 players. So you're able to find matches, you're able to join lobbies, and you're able to have fun virtually all the time playing this. And that is what I'm talking about, because growing up, this was my favorite. Now I think Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite Call of Duty, but hands down, I was a World at War mark, I was a fanboy, I was a diehard, and partly because of just all you could do in it, from the co-op campaign to the awesome multiplayer, to my favorite, which was the Nazi zombies. And the zombie mode just kept growing and getting better and better. And I was just, oh, you can't do any better than this. I was like, this is an all-timer. This is going to go down as the GOAT. And I think it is one of the GOATs if you want to get quite honest with me. But I want to get quite honest with you because you're not here talking to me. I love it still. I love the sounds, the sights. I wish a game, especially a COD, would come out this gritty and giving you that like pseudo realism, which was kind of cool at the time, especially back in 2000. Oh my God, are you ready to feel old, internet? This came out in 2008. Yikes, man! I got a couple gray hairs just saying that. It's so crazy. When I picked this up, this was the year that my family got Wi-Fi. That's how like boomer my parents are. We didn't have a Wi-Fi. We barely had a computer growing up. I was using a typewriter in the 5th grade. A fucking typewriter. Do you know how bad that was for my poor fucking teacher? I didn't know how to format a typewriter. I'm 10. But here we are. Long from that now, I got this nice MSI computer that I got. My old Surface Pro it's on its last legs. It actually wouldn't even turn on, and so I'm recording on my nicer computer, which I don't like using because I'm so paranoid that something's going to happen to it. I still use my Surface Pro as much as I can. But this thing is sweet. I think I'm going to have to make the change because everything is just done so much faster, more fluid here. And both of them have solid state drives, but this being newer and having the better processor, it's mad how much easier and fluid everything is. But we're not talking about my computer, we're talking about the MP40. And that person thought they could hide behind that tree. Well, they got wrong because I seen them. Asylum, by the way, a classic map, and if you know it, if you're a COD zombie mark, you know what you know what you know, and you know that this is Zombie Baruch, which is the most underrated map in this game. Which is crazy too, I never knew this, that say you're playing solo, if one zombie is just hitting you and you have Juggernog, it can hit you like infinitely and you don't die. And I did not know that. I had to go and test that out. I saw that on some like YouTube short, and sure enough, it's true. I was like, bullshit, that's true, but it is. As far as the MP40 goes, and this map, any close quarters map, it's gonna dominate. And especially because like the shotguns are so doo-doo in this game, the double barrel being the better of the two, but you limited to 2 shots. this can mow a whole team even without the dual max. Is how powerful it is with stopping power. No clue what I did right there. I kind of panicked and just started spraying. But you know what's another crazy thing? I have Bomb Squad on here. I just switched everything to the Bouncing Betties. The Bouncing Betties in this game are busted. They are so good. They are so broken. And the fact that it's like they blow up in like 360 directions, you can tell why in Modern Warfare 2 they were like, hell nah, you gotta be in front of it, right? It's just so crazy. It's awesome. Some of the easily exploited things in this game, I don't mind too much. Really, it's just this gun. It's so good. And it almost makes you wonder why no patches at all, right? No patches for weapons in this game. Just let it ride. If they made this thing just like a touch weaker, it would be like, something that you would use, but much like the Thompson where you use it because you like it at that point, right? It wasn't until it's so good. The Type, 199? Both of those things are good. I love them both anyway. But I'm going to stop it here. Go out, pick a World of War, play it, use the MP40, but don't abuse it, okay? Be a nice person. You don't have to use it every time. Get good with something else. Hashtag get good. Anyways, thanks for everyone who's followed along this long. Comment down below if you want to see any specific gun or any specific content from the classic CODs or maybe anything else I may have. Ha ha ha. But this is your boy, the Failed Author. Thanks for listening, following along, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And finish that. There's only a couple minutes left, so finish this one out. See you if we do any good. Ha ha.